Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of our video chat talking about weekly high school football. I'm Jami Frankenberry.
And I'm Larry Rubama.
We're going to talk about last week's games and get you a look at next week's games and play a little bit of a 2-minute blitz, ask some rapid fire questions. Larry, let's get right back to last week. The Beach District is just a train wreck at the top. We got 4 teams. You watched Salem beat Cox 21-9. What'd you think of that game last week?
Salem looked impressive on all facets. Their defense was tough. I mean, just shut down Cox. Cox couldn't do anything right. The offense looked great. I mean, Devontae Williams just ran right through Cox's defense, and he made a point to say, a lot of people always want to thank their linemen, but he really thanked his linemen. The blocks were correct. He was hitting the holes. They just couldn't stop him. They looked really good, and I'm telling you, they got some confidence right now. They got a little chip on their shoulder after losing early. Even Coach Sean said, "Hey, look, we're not getting no respect." So I think they got some respect right now. I think they're going to be all right.
Yeah, that victory by Salem left Salem, Cox, Landstown, and Ocean Lakes in a logjam at the top of the Beach District. So we'll see who comes out of it. We got some big games coming up this week, which we'll get to. Also last week, Oscar Smith beat Indian River 21-7. That was the 87th consecutive Southeastern District win for Oscar Smith. Larry, what'd you see out of the Tigers and the Braves?
Defense again. Tigers have allowed only 21 points in the last 5 games, including 3 shutouts. They look really good. Offensively, they didn't look, really good in sync, but their defense just carried them. And I think they're going to continue to go well. I put my house on it. I don't think the streak is going to end. They look good. They look really good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that offense can pick things up. Sean Mitchell, we know, moved into second place all-time behind Phillip Sims on the VHSL list. But I think that offense, you got some question marks on offense. The running game looks pretty good. Right. The receivers have not stretched the field as you might think they would. So what do you think about this offense at Oscar Smith moving forward?
That's going to be the key. When they go against those teams from the northern region, you wonder how they're going to be able to hold up. They got bigger lines up there as well. So it's going to be key to see what Sean can do. He's been there before, done it before since his freshman year, so he has the experience to be able to take the team far. But the key is they got to get that offense really getting on sync. And if they do that, who knows what can happen.
Yeah, that defense has played great, so I think it's a matter of time maybe before that offense catches up, but we'll see. That leaves us the new number 1 team in South Hampton Roads. I know you've been talking about them for a few weeks. Lake Taylor with a big win over Churchland, a lopsided win over Churchland. The Titans are number 1 in South Hampton Roads. I know you've been pushing that for a couple of weeks. What do you think about the Titans getting up there to number 1?
I'm glad they get the respect now. They're not going to play anybody the rest of the season. I mean, I know they face Norcom late in the season. If Norcom wins out, they'll both be unbeaten. But they're basically, to me, I think they're the most dominant team in the area. And I didn't pay anybody to vote for them either.
Voting was close this week.
But no, I just think they deserve it. They've been there. They've played well. I mean, they're probably thinking, what else do we need to do? And they just keep on winning. So I really like their chances as well. They got the same offense that's hard to be able to figure out. They got a defense that's always tough. They got the big men in the trenches. Bond is just leading the way. I mean, I just really like what they're doing right now. Roman Bond has really been keen at, and of course you can't forget about Diamante. He's been doing his job at linebacker. I like what they're doing right now.
Yeah, Bishop Sullivan, Oscar Smith, and Lake Taylor, they've all been number 1 over the last 3 weeks, so we'll see what happens going forward. But I think Lake Taylor's going to win out. Right. I think Oscar Smith's going to win out, so you might see Lake Taylor finish number 1, but we'll see. So anyway, let's move on to this week's games. Some big games in the Beach District, Larry. We start with Ocean Lakes at Tallwood. Ocean Lakes is really quietly
yes, they have.
Won 5 in a row. They lost that season opener against Salem. This week playing Tallwood. I think they're maybe 2 of the hottest teams in the Beach District. What do you expect in that one?
I say the same thing. I mean, again, we keep forgetting the Dolphins have won 4 consecutive Beach District titles. I think people kind of forgot about that. They had a bad first loss to Salem. They got it going again. Things are rolling. We'll see what happens with them. And Tallwood, they do have 2 losses, but if they win out and then get a lot of help, they could be right there as well. So I think this is a huge key game for the whole district, win or lose. And I really like right now how the Dolphins are rolling.
Yeah, another game in the Beach District, Landstown at Bayside. Landstown is one of those teams that only has 1 loss. They're coming off a bye. Bayside lost back-to-back games, but those were their only 2 losses, so they're still in it. So, what do you think of Landstown at Bayside this week?
I really like Landstown. I had that on my mind as well. prayers go out to Tommy Ream, and he lost his mother last week. So I know that's been heavy in his heart, but I know he's coming back and getting himself refocused now for football. I think this team is going to kind of ride off of that as well. He's an emotional coach. He's got those guys playing well right now. I like Landstown's chances right now, although they haven't beaten Bayside since 2011. But I like the Eagles. They had a bye. I think they're going to get things going and keep rolling. We'll see what happens with that one.
Yeah, I think Landstown quarterback Brent Stukes is going to be the difference in that one. He's got more than 1,100 yards rushing and passing, has 11 touchdowns. Bayside has had some trouble scoring points, although last week James Davis, the quarterback, and Michael Martinez, the running back, got back on track after those 2 losses. So some other games in the Southeastern District this week. Oscar Smith at Western Branch. Larry, can the Bruins hang with the Tigers?
No. The Bruins haven't beaten Oscar Smith since 2003. It's not going to happen this time either. I mean, they did look better last week. They seem to get things rolling a little bit for Western Branch, but just Oscar Smith, that defense is really they're gonna put some pressure on them. I think it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be closer, but I think Oscar Smith's defense is gonna be the difference in that one. Kings Fork at Grassfield, another pretty big game. Kings Fork's a team I can't figure out. They're scoring like 50 points a game. They got some really, really good offensive players. Defense is going to be a question, though. Can they stop Grassfield?
I don't think so. I think quietly Grassfield's been winning. They win out. They end up having a great game, season finale against Oscar Smith. Not to say they'll beat Oscar Smith, but they're rolling along. They can go into that game unbeaten, and then they can take their chances, see if they can beat Oscar Smith this time. So I look for Coach Martin Asprey to have the team still rolling, keep them right where they need to be, finish the season, and then get ready for that regular season finale against Oscar Smith.
Yeah, Grassfield's only loss was that heartbreaker 2 weeks ago against Indian River. They did recover last week. They won, so hopefully they've recovered, and we'll see how they do. So now, guys, it's time for your favorite segment. Well, I don't know if it's your favorite segment. Our LA Galaxy Lunchbox is back. We got some questions in here that we're going to ask each other. Let me turn on the car horn and we'll get right to it. We got a 2-minute blitz, and here we go. I'll start with the question, first of all, for Larry. Who is the best high school quarterback right now in South Hampton Roads?
I got to go with Kevin. Oh, my goodness. Northview quarterback. He's been
playing well.
Thank you very much. He's been playing well all season, has the numbers, doing great. I like him.
Yeah, he's really athletic. Sean Mitchell, you got to mention him, but I think right now who's playing better, I think it's Dario Mack Jr.
All right, next one. Who will win the Beach District?
Oh, boy, that is a total toss-up. Although I think Salem, if Devontae Williams is healthy, that defense has shown they can stop anybody. Cox, I think, was the best chance to stop them, but I think Salem's going to go all the way. I think they're going to win out. I think they're going to be your Beach District champion. All right, next one. This is a very good one. Best cookie. Chips Ahoy or Oreo?
Oh, man, Oreo. You break it open, you eat that filling in the side. It's the best one. It's the best. The best.
No. Oreos are an abomination. Chips. Give me a chocolate chip cookie anytime. Oreo is a fake cookie no. I got to disagree with you on that one.
All right. Who would win, Bishop Sullivan Catholic or Oscar Smith?
That is a really tough question. I would love to see that game. I don't think we'll ever see it. We definitely won't see it this year, obviously. But I think Bishop Sullivan's I think they've got the weapons. I think Taraja Mitchell on defense is a monster. He's impossible to stop on that defensive line. You talk about Kalen LeBourne. Right. And Oscar Smith just hasn't scored enough points for me. I mean, they've blown out a couple teams, but I like Bishop Sullivan in that game.
I would love to see it, though. I definitely like to see that game.
Yeah. All right, let's see. All right, what is the best area high school stadium?
Best stadium. Well, I say Kellam with that field, the stands, beautiful. I like that one. I also, one I forgot, Great Bridges Stadium. Kind of cozy, kind of old school, got a nice feel to it. I kind of like that one as well. Grassfield has a nice one too, but I like
that's the car horn. Yeah, I agree. So that's the car horn. That means we are finished for today, for this week. Join us next week. Don't forget Friday at 757Teamz on Twitter. We'll bring you live updates from all the games. Go to 757teamz.com for our live scoreboard every Friday night, and we'll see you at the games.